Hi, I'm Rebecca Edwards and this is a Pilates routine of strengthening and toning exercises. Not suitable for beginners. If you want something easier then or more suitable for starting out in Pilates, please check out one of my other videos or one of the many videos available, or start off in a good class. Okay, so come onto your mat to begin with. And can you prepare just by being in neutral pelvis, neutral spine, neutral rib cage, engaging your core muscles. So set up position, arms down by your side, relax the shoulders and float the arms over behind, maintaining neutral spine. Float the arms back down, making sure the muscles stay engaged around the spine. Inhale, arms back. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms back. As you exhale, curl the head and shoulders off the floor, gazing over the knees. Inhale, head down. Exhale, curl, ensuring your exhalation creates an upward lift inside from the pelvic floor, scooping and hollowing into the lower abdomen. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. When you curl up next, float the right leg into a single knee fold. Stay there. Float the left leg into a double knee fold. Keep both legs there. And then keep the head and shoulders lifted, leading into the 100. So you can do this with the legs bent, or you can take the straight leg option for the 100. If you're doing the straight leg option, try rotating the thighs out and squeezing the inner and out back of the legs towards each other. Inhaling for 5 beats and exhaling for 5 beats. Maintaining a neutral imprint with the spine and then strengthen the core to support yourself here. Make sure there's no release of the back where the legs will open and the back will gape away from the floor. Soften the shoulders and we have 5 breaths left. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Last breath. Turn the thighs to face you, bend the legs and lower the head and arms to the floor, maintaining a neutral spine. Lower and tap your right foot to the ground. As that leg lifts, swap and lower and tap the left foot to the ground. Inhale as you swap one way, exhale as you swap the other way. See if you can make this movement happen from the hips so that the knee stays at a fixed angle, the spine and the pelvis remain in neutral, and you feel the core muscles almost as though they're being anchored into the centre of the body. Next time you return the right foot to the floor, leave it sitting on the ground without any weight in the foot, and then take the left foot to the ground without any weight in the foot, and then let the weight go into the feet, straighten the legs out. Take your arms over behind as you inhale. As you exhale, roll the spine up, leading with the head so you're looking between your hands as you roll up, scooping through the abdomen and then lifting to sit tall. Then just extend the arms forwards, keeping the gaze between your hands. Inhale as you sit up again and exhale. Tuck the sit bones under, roll the spine to the ground. Try and roll one vertebra at a time. Inhale, arms come over behind. Exhale as you roll up. Again, use the core muscles to roll and inhale as you sit tall. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, extend forwards. Inhale. Exhale, roll back. Try and keep a little space between the legs. Inhale as the arms go over and exhale as you roll up. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you reach forwards and repeat that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, rolling down. Inhale, arms come over behind. Exhale, rolling up. When you roll up this time, stay sitting tall and bend the legs so the feet are flat on the floor. Arms are in front, but you want to feel the shoulder blades moving towards the spine. Rock onto the back edge of the sit bone so that the pelvis ever so slightly tilts back so you can scoop in the lower abdomen. Lift your right leg so you're in a V shape between the spine and the thigh and hold on to that leg initially. Then bring the second leg up to hold as well. Holding from your core, let go of the legs, and if you can do a straight leg option, straighten the legs out, again rotating the thighs and squeezing the inside of the legs towards each other. You can either stay here or you can inhale, exhale as you roll the spine, tucking the tailbone under and roll down to the floor. Inhale, arms come over behind, and exhale as you roll back up again. Inhale as you lift, extend the arms up parallel to the legs, and exhale as you tuck under through the tailbone and roll the spine with control. Inhale, arms over, and exhale, roll up. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, try lowering the legs towards the floor with control. Inhale, sit up again. Exhale, tuck the tailbone of the spine under and roll the spine back to the ground, finishing a full body stretch with the arms over behind. Bring one knee into the chest. Hold that knee lightly as you bring the other leg in as well. Lift both feet up away from the bottom. Take your right hand onto the right calf, the left hand onto the right knee. We're doing single leg stretch. Curl the head and shoulders up off the floor. Scoop and hollow in the lower abdomen to support the lower back as you extend the left leg forwards. Now how low you take this leg depends on how you feel through the spine and the abdominal muscles. So as you lower the leg towards the floor, check that you can still maintain a neutral spine and your abdominal muscles don't start to bloat out. Okay, so we want that feeling of drawing the pubic bone towards the abdomen. As you inhale, swap. Exhale, swap. Extend the leg with a steady control. Keep the breath going, and you should be able to keep nice and balanced evenly on left and right side of the pelvis. 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Bring both legs in. Take one hand behind the head just to support the weight of the head for now and straighten the legs up. See if you can keep one hand on the front of the thighs, one hand supporting the head. Use your core muscles to keep that lift through the head and shoulders. Lower one leg towards the ground and we go into scissors. As you inhale, add a little bounce of the leg at the bottom. Exhale. Inhale. Elbows nice and wide so the chest stays open. Try not to collapse the elbows inwards. If you don't need the hand behind the head, then that's fine. You can release that hand. And then we're going to swap the arms over. 5 more breaths. Lightly point the feet. Try and keep the legs straight. If you find this difficult, then a little softening of the knee when the leg comes up is fine to begin with as you build up your flexibility. And then on the last one, keep both legs lifted. Lower the head and arms to the floor. Bend the legs back into a double knee fold. Lower one foot so it lands softly onto the floor. Lower the second foot so it lands softly onto the floor, and then when you let the weight of the legs go, you feel your spine relax, the core muscles relax, and take the legs out, bring the arms over behind into a full body stretch. So we're going to take this full body stretch and lie around onto your tummy. And once you're lying on your tummy, just soften the shoulders down the back so that we have a nice bit of space around the ears. Make the abdominal area feel lighter on the floor, and as you draw the abdomen lightly away from the floor, it might not lift off the ground, but you want the feeling of rather than pushing into the ground, you're trying to draw away from the ground. We come into swimming. Inhale. As you exhale, lift opposite arm and opposite leg, letting your head lift with the lifting arm. Inhale as you lower back to the floor, and exhale, swap sides, opposite arm, opposite leg. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. As you lift, try and keep the abdomen light on the floor, and see if the arm and leg that are on the ground when you lift can stay light on the ground, so you're not pressing the floor to get up. This is your starting point. If you feel okay with this, next time you lift, stay lifted. As you stay in this lift here, we're going to swimming with both arms and legs off the floor. So this arm and leg are going to lower a little as the other arm and leg lift, and then we carry on. So we end up flutter kicking with the arms and legs, still working opposite arm and opposite leg together, head staying nice and steady, abdomen engaged, and you're breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. 3, 2, 1. And then rest to the floor. Sit the bottom back to the heels. Take a moment's rest, just in a child's pose, arms down by your side, forehead resting on the ground. Take a nice deep breath into the back of the body, try and stretch out the back. And exhale, sink deeply into the thighs. Come onto your hands and knees. You want to be towards the front of your mat. Shoulders line up over the hands, hips over the knees, and try and make your back flat. Look just slightly ahead so that the head doesn't drop. Press into the hands so you feel your sternum, that's your breastbone, pressing into the body without rounding the back. And then just lightly tuck in your bottom ribs and abdominal area. Straighten one leg out behind, keeping the spine nice and long and flat. Imagine you're balancing an apple or something round on the back of the pelvis. And try and keep that balanced as you lift a little higher so that one leg floats off the ground. Keep that apple balanced on the back of the pelvis as you straighten that leg out as well. So we now have both legs in a plank position. Keep scooping in from the abdomen and press the hands firmly into the floor. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the mouth. If you want to take side plank, which is slightly more challenging, bring your hand into the middle space between the two hands and turn onto the outside edge of the same leg, or the foot, and then stack the feet on top of each other. Bring your hand onto your hip to begin with, just while you check the hips are square and the shoulders are square. And if you can, you take this arm up in the air. This is side plank. To work the legs a little more and make sure you have the strength from the back and you have a lift from the side of the waist, you can then open the legs. Imagine you're holding a beach ball between the legs and keep that beach ball lifted for 3. In through the nose, out through the mouth, that's 2, and 1. As you exhale, close the legs, look towards the floor and turn the body round as you come back to a regular plank. Make sure your hip line is straight. You don't want to start like this, otherwise your side plank will be bent. So straightening out through the hips, shoulders over the wrists, left hand into the middle of the mat, onto the outside edge of the left foot. Stack the feet, bring your hand up onto your hip, or straighten the arm in the air. Again, you can add that beach ball between the legs, but make sure the hips don't drop. If they drop, then you need to close the legs back together again. Both legs straight, so fully extend out through the knees. 2, 1. Then lower that leg down, look to the ground and turn the feet as you turn the body back to face the floor again. Lower the knees to the ground, sit to a child's pose with the arms stretched out in front, rest the head down. Come up onto the hands and knees, lie on your side. So if you're on quite a hard floor or a thin mat, then fold the end of your mat over so that you have extra padding for your elbow. Have the elbow below the shoulder, and you can do this with the knees bent to start off with. We're doing side bend. This is our last exercise. So elbow below the shoulder, knees slightly bent, and then we'll straighten them for those who want to. So make sure you're engaging the underside area of the body, so press into the elbow and lift the ribs away from the floor. Try and feel that both sides of the waist are even. We're not dropping the waist to the ground. On an inhale, lift your hips and bring the arm in the air above the shoulder, so you're squeezing the hips up, and as you exhale, lower back down again. So inhale to lift, and exhale to lower. You're keeping your shoulders in line with each other, the hips in line with each other. A straight leg version for this. Straighten the legs out and have the feet pointing forwards, it's easier to balance. And then again, as you inhale, lift so the arm comes up. And exhale as you lower the hips to the floor. Inhale as you come up. And exhale as you lower. We're going to hold it up this time. So lift and then take the arm over in line with the ear. Look down to the elbow and keep the hips lifted if you can. Bring them up a little bit higher. So your hips are now, you're lifting by squeezing up from the underside of the waist using your oblique muscles. Look forwards again, bring the arm up and lower with control back to the floor. We take a mermaid stretch after that, so just let the legs go out to the side, take your hand to the outside foot or the floor and bring the arm over into a mermaid stretch. And then if you can just bring the legs in front of you, either with the legs crossed or the legs straight out in front. Take your hand, that's of the arm you've just been using, round behind you and hold on to it. And then take your head away from the arm. So we're taking the head away from the side that you've just been working. And then back to centre. And then this time we're dropping down, so it's my left, you might be on the other side. As long as we do both sides, that's the most important thing. Okay, so elbow below the shoulder, start with the knees bent. Try and line the elbow up with your hips and by your side, and as you inhale, making sure you're engaged underneath first. Inhale as you lift and bring the arm in the air, and exhale as you lower and just tap the hips lightly to the floor. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower. Do that one more time. Inhale as you lift. And exhale as you lower. Try the straight leg option, straightening the legs out, keeping the elbow below the shoulders. You might need a micro bend in the knees just to begin with, which will help get you aligned when you lift. Inhale, come up, straighten the knees and bring your arm in line with the shoulder. And exhale, lower, tap the hips just to the floor. You might not even get the hips to touch the floor. It might just be the top of the thigh, that's fine. And then inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This time we're going to stay lifted. Make sure you're pressing from the underside of the waist. If you can take the arm over in line with the ear, look towards the floor without rounding the body forwards. Press the hips a little higher. And then look forwards, bring the arm up. And then lower back down. With control, we go into a mermaid stretch. Take the legs out to the side. Reach the left arm over. Trying to keep the hip grounded, but lifting through the ribs all the way up to the fingertips. Then bring the arm down, take the legs in front, straight or crossed. And then take the left arm, or whichever arm you were using then, behind you, hold it, and take the head to the side. So try and keep your face facing the screen, facing this way. So you don't twist the head. And then back to centre. Release the arms. Good. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.